What is up, everybody? Look at this.
Who do we think we are?
Let's do the intro first. Welcome to Funkatopia. This is Funkatopia Live. I am your host, Mr. Christopher. That right there is Mr. Michael Bland. That right there.
Yes. In the face.
So we decided, and we're gonna let you guys vote.
In the face, yeah, really in the face.
We're gonna let you guys vote on this, whether or not you prefer our normal setup of this. This is our normal setup where you can see a little bit of everything and all that, and we're all right here. Or do you like the in the face? In the face.
In the face, yes. Yes, in the face.
We're gonna let you guys decide whether or not this is too much. Is this too much? I don't know.
If it is, let us know in the comments, and then you can just pull back.
And I feel like I need to move my camera because I feel like
you feel out of left of center. Or
well, when I'm looking at you, like right now, I'm looking at you. I need to make eye contact with the camera. That's like a big thing, you know. It's just it, and I always feel like I'm always looking a little bit off, or not. So now I've moved the camera like right over your head, so it kind of looks like I'm looking at the camera.
Okay, yeah, and it looks like I'm talking to you too. And yeah.
All right.
Hey,
all right, there you go. So welcome one and all to Funkatopia Live. This is the Grammy Getdown, but obviously you are tuned into the pre-show from 7:45 to 8, where we talk about
that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, we we already got some in the faces too close. Everybody says it's too close. And they say I have a lot of background to offer and the stuff. You know,
but you have actual, like, you really are in the right space to do that. I'm just kind of here.
I've got everything. Yeah.
You're set up. This is just where I happen to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to look, but it doesn't really change. It's not like, you know, actually, you know, not in the early days of this, but like back when. Whenever I would have like a special, like if we would do like a Sign of the Times special, I would absolutely make sure that Sign of the Times stuff was like right in here. So every single time before a show, I would rearrange my background. Everybody says normal setup. Everybody likes a normal setup. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Normal setup. Okay. Better setup. Yeah. It's not so in your face, and we don't have to feel like there.
Out of the face. Not in the face, but out the face.
I wanted to actually capture that. John Diva makes a mention. This is Tom Morello gave Prince props to First Avenue before his benefit, and someone actually showed me a clip of Tom Morello performing at First Avenue. Bruce Springsteen came on stage, and they performed "Killing in the Name of," and it was just the whole friggin' First Avenue was just bumping, they were just bouncing. And I was just like, oh man. And you just reminded me of that because I had so many things to get together for this Grammy Getdown show tonight that there was just too much. It was just too much.
Yeah, no, Minneapolis, what's happening here is a whole other it's an alternate reality.
It is. It definitely is a complete different, you know, and not only everything is going on, but, you know, weather's been crazy too. I mean, we had a big snowstorm that kind of went through here. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the Minneapolis stuff too, not in passing, because since we're talking about the Grammys, it came up quite a bit. It came up quite a bit. So we'll be touching on some of that stuff. But weather-wise, the East Coast, I mean, got hit pretty hard. My daughter, who lives just outside of Charlotte, she sent me a picture that had her a ruler in the snow, and at the time it was like 10 inches or something like that of snow, and she showed this ruler in the snow. So I thought it would be funny because we got an inch. So I thought it would be funny. I got all my clothes, socks, shoes, hat, got all bundled up, went outside, took the ruler with the little inch measurement and took a picture that kind of mirrored her, but it was only an inch, and sent it to her. And nothing.
Of course not. What are you expecting, man?
I was like, come on, that was a lot of work for that punchline. Come on now.
You didn't appreciate that at all.
I was just like, come on, man. I was like,
You did not care for it.
No, she didn't care at all. So it's okay. It's okay.
Right, well.
Yeah. So, but I did, get an opportunity to kind of watch some movies and stuff. Sure. I thought the kids were going to come into, we had, my Jaden and her boyfriend were here, and I put on Lilo and Stitch, the new one, the live action one. They kind of pretty much stuck to the storyline of the original, but it's live action. And
okay,
so we put it on, and they never came into the living room. So literally, Dion and I are sitting in the living room, two grown ass people watching Lilo and Stitch. And it was funny because they left, and we literally just sat there and watched the whole friggin' movie. I was just like, you know what?
All right.
It wasn't bad. It was kind of funny,
All right. Yeah.
Disney very rarely makes bad movies.
Sure.
So it was actually good. It was actually fun. I mean, you knew the storyline already, and they added a couple little, pieces to kind of liven it up. But
sure. Yeah.
But I tell you, I was a little bit excited to, not excited is the word, but I did finally see the premiere or the trailer for the new Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I just have to say it is very cool to see this. I'm very excited about it. I mean, I think I'm more excited about it because it features was Jafar Jackson? Is that his nephew's name?
I think so.
Who does who I guess people who have already seen it in the sneak previews or whatever said he does an amazing job. So I can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm very obviously relieved that they didn't use an impersonator or something. I'm very
Bruno Mars.
Well, you know what? I don't. Well, no,
Bruno to play Michael Jackson.
Not Michael. Not Michael. No.
No, don't let him.
No, not Michael. Not Michael. Yeah. So I mean, because there's some crazy ones out there. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
That's fair.
So this is it's in his bloodline. I mean, so it definitely should help with some of the suspension of disbelief and everything. You kind of watch it and it's kind of I kind of see some of these movies, and as I was thinking about it, I said, I want to get into. It just bothers me when I'm trying to watch like a documentary on something on an artist, and I get really a little bit flustered about it because I can't get around I'm trying to imagine this actor as that person. It just kind of gets in the way. For instance, I think I did a little screenshot of this thing. That's something different. Where'd it go? There you go. So like, for instance, here's a couple of examples. Austin Butler as Elvis. He was really good. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. That was great too.
Yeah.
It's actually Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan. I was actually very impressed. After seeing him, I was just like, I didn't think he'd be able to pull it. And of course, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison was just fantastic. Yeah. But I just don't get. Let me just say, I watched the Springsteen one this weekend, the Springsteen movie called "Deliver Me from Nowhere," and
I can't tell which one is Bruce.
I can't. Well, he doesn't look. That just happens to be a decent shot, but he did not look like. He for the most of the movie, he did not seem like Bruce at all. It was not.
The guy on the left is.
Yes.
Who is that?
The newer shot. The newer shot. The guy on the left. That's from the Bear. Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, that's
from the
him?
Bear. Yeah.
Wow, man. All right.
And so, but that part of it, when they're performing live, he had some of the mannerisms down and some of the stuff, but he just didn't. The voice wasn't right.
Okay.
The story just didn't. The story just didn't move. It dragged on. They were focusing in between. I guess the river and then, while he was creating some of the songs for Nebraska and creating some of the songs for Born in the USA, but they didn't even touch on they touched a little bit on Born in the USA, but it was one of those movies where it dragged on for 2.5 hours. And then at the end, they put up text on the screen, like, Bruce Springsteen, blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh, come
went
on.
on to sell. Yeah.
Like, right. You made me commit all this time to watching this movie
to the short end, to the wrap it up.
just to be like, all right. Yeah, it's kind of like, I always get frustrated whenever wife makes me watch like Lifetime movies. Like Lifetime movies do the exact same thing where they like involve you in this long character development of all these things, and you're invested in the story, and then it's like the director goes, oh shit, we only got 5 minutes left. Let's wrap everything up. And then everything just happens really quick. It's like, come on, dude.
What it is they run out of money is what happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just
so they
like,
start saying, Jamie eventually went to an insane asylum and is now currently they run out of money. So then they got to cut to the chase is what it is, I think.
Yeah. And right. And actually, Vibe makes a good point. Jamie Foxx's Ray was next level. Yes, he was fantastic. He was really, really good. Yeah. So there's a lot of good.
Well, there's also Forrest Whitaker when he played Bird. Charlie Parker.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's so many different things like that. I did actually, I guess it was out of order, and I actually put it up before, but congratulations to the Roots, who are actually going to be on an episode of The Simpsons. It's their 800th episode. 800 episodes.
Okay.
I've done 800 episodes. 800th episode. It's going to be called Irrational Treasure. It's airing Sunday, February 15th, so the day after Valentine's Day at 8 p.m. on Fox. And of course, it focuses on Philadelphia. And of course, it's something about a Philadelphia dog show. I don't know the full plot, but looking forward to it. And it also features other Philly folks like Quinta Brunson and Kevin Bacon and stuff like that. So congratulations. I mean, when you get to this and you're now in the Simpsons universe, that's pretty freaking cool. Denzel made a phenomenal Malcolm X. Yeah.
Malcolm didn't play no instruments. Let's stay on topic now.
Yeah.
Come on, Christopher Hendricks.
See how they are?
Yeah, Christopher Hendricks was the one who said it, man. I don't know him personally, but we've been talking a lot on Facebook. So I feel like I know you now, dude.
All right. So it's the 8:00 hour. We're not going to go straight into the Grammy stuff because we do have some purple news to talk about. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. And then we'll talk about obviously the Grammys. And I know that you didn't watch because you just don't commit. You said you do watch TV, but most of the stuff is like older sitcoms and stuff like that. Is that pretty much what you?
Yeah, my wife. If Sanford and Son is playing, she will go to a different room in the house because I watch it all the time. I did watch it all the time until I found out it annoyed her so bad. Now I try to break it up. We do this and that. We started watching 60 Days In? Is that what it was called? 60 Days In together, just diversifying my viewing. So all over the
prison thing.
Yeah, the reason I don't watch the Grammys though is because it's a ruse.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that too. Because there was we'll talk about that. We'll cross it.
Okay,
but right for those that are excited about purple news, I'll go ahead and give you the purple news. Obviously, the big news is that the Hit and Run Phase 1 and Hit and Run Phase 2 albums have been released on vinyl as promised last year at the celebration. So very, very cool to actually see that come to fruition. And I think, it does a couple of things. A lot of people were kind of a little bit hesitant, what they saying true about what's going to be released and what's coming and what's not, and this is true. They said it was going to be coming, and this wasn't even one of those concrete things that Londell said. It wasn't even a concrete thing. It was just he mentioned it as part of dialogue as he was talking. It was like, it was really kind of like a off kilter comment. Like, do you guys like hit and run albums, the later albums, blah, 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 that'd be coming on vinyl. It was just like really just a bypass thing. So it was good to see actually this come to fruition. I have a lot of people saying it's not even remastered. Okay, and I think I may have said that too. Is this remastered?
Okay.
Well, first off, this album was released in 2014, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
So it's not like an album from the 80s or 90s that would, benefit from remastering. I mean, between the work that he did and Joshua Welton, they were like really, I mean, they pushed the audio as far as they could possibly go. There's not any remastering to be done. I mean, the only potential thing that, is not really even much of a valid argument is, there's no unreleased cuts and this, that, and the other. Okay, well, okay. And granted, there are a lot of unreleased stuff from this era. A lot of stuff that's from the studio, but they were really they're more jam sessions than anything else. But the point about it is, if you're a vinyl head, this is great. If you're an audiophile, this is great for you. You got the 2 albums, and which surprisingly enough, phase 2 is sold out. So that's kind of cool. I'm
remembering something that the last time I actually saw Prince, I was in the studio. I was getting ready to leave. I did a session for him, and Adrian Crutchfield was there, and Mono was in the control room in Studio A at Paisley. And I was leaving, and he came out and he handed me a copy of Hit and Run Phase 2 handed me a CD. And my first thought was, well, what am I going to play this on? And my next thought was, well, okay, all right, well, thanks. Yeah. And he says, oh, you're on there. I said, I am. He said, yeah. He recycled my drum track for some song. I've never actually listened to Hit and Run Phase 2. I don't know what's on it.
Real, hold on a second. Did I know that you were on here? Let me go on here and double check something here real quick. Let me look at the discography, because I'm curious too, because if he does say that you're on here, then let's take a look. I'm looking at phase 1 and you are not on that one. Let's look at phase 2. Phase 2 is what you said that he said you were on.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, if you are on here. It's sampled. It's it's Groovy Potential.
Somebody was saying that. It's like, oh, when did you record Groovy Potential? I said, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. And there it is. That's why.
Yeah. So so they took your drums from I guess another track. It says sampled from another unidentified track. Michael B. Groovy Potential. There you go.
Okay, well, the mystery solved.
There you go. That's actually a really cool song too. That's actually good. You need to listen to it. I mean, if you're on this, you definitely have to.
There is so much music that is obligatory listening for me. I really have to be choosy in how I spend my time, And I'll be 100% honest. I'm not as interested in what Prince did after I left the band.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just not.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of great music, but it's, he's always way ahead of his time. And there's so many albums that, I don't think it's been until the last, 15 years or so that I finally really started to like For You.
I understand.
Like, I felt like, man, I'm just like so friggin' behind, because I was always just gravitated towards the funk. I love the funk. I love the funk.
I got it.
And there wasn't any of that on For You. But then now, as I've kind of gotten older and my tastes have kind of changed, I'm like, he was just so far freaking ahead of his time.
Always. And the other thing for me is just, when you work intimately with an artist, you just have an understanding of the inner workings. Like, I know how Prince makes music. I know what his process is. Everything he does is a variation on something else at some point. So I don't really feel like I'm missing anything because I understand the source,
And for those that are overseas, you actually got a little bit of an extra bonus, because on the Rolling Stone in Germany, they actually had 2 cover mounts singles that were on Rolling Stone. It was just taped to the front. One of it was a February issue of Rolling Stone. One came with the single of Fall in Love Tonight with Hard Rock Lover on the other side. And then they had a second single, which is what you're seeing here. One was Baltimore and then Stare on the other side. Okay. So
I always want Hard Rock Lover. That's not like the Mother's Finest Hard Rock Lover. No. It's like a whole different other song, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they had a single from phase 1 and a single from phase 2, and they were cover mounts on the Germany version. And matter of fact, if you go to the Germany, I think it's rollingstone.de, you can't order them in the United States. Somebody had posted this link and I said, oh, okay, well, I'll just go to this link and I'll just buy it because that's who I am. I kind of a little bit of a collector geek, but for some reason, I filled out the whole thing. It was going to end up being like about $30, but that wasn't bad for getting both of the singles with the magazine and shipping. But then when I got down to the country area, it even asked for city but when I got down to the country area, United States was not in the drop down. So it was like they weren't shipping to the United States. So it'd be great to be able to get one, but I already have those songs. I'm kind of like you. It's like, I do have a way to play vinyl. Why don't you have a CD player? I'm curious as to why you don't have a CD player.
I mean, I've owned them before. It's just, I guess I'm going through a phase where I don't, most of my CDs are in storage, man. I need music immediately. I have 2 laptops and an iPhone and like an iMac out front. It's okay. I carrying CDs around and putting them into trays, and that's I can't do that, man. I'm caught up in modern times. Thank you, Franklin. I'm caught up, man. I'm just trying to stay up.
Well, and
everybody else is going back. I'm trying to reach.
Well, like over here, I have a 25 disc CD player that's right here. So I like picked out my favorite.
25 years ago, I had one of those. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean that's about how old this thing is. And I put like all my favorite CDs are in here. So I've got a couple Prince albums. I think of Rainbow Children's in here, Erykah Badu, The Fix, King's X. Yeah, just like these albums that I listen to on a regular basis, and brand new heavies, things like. So I've got just all mixed in there. Van Hunt,
yeah,
and there's the ones I listen to on rotation, and it's just. And if I think Thomas Dolby's in there too. I think, and as I get annoyed at something, like I was just listening to brand new heavies, and I was like, I think I need to pull that one out and replace it with something else. Not that I don't like it. Brother Sister is a great album, but I was like, maybe I need to go back to the first one, or I don't know.
But your relationship to music is different. You're a DJ, man.
Yeah.
So you take it real personal.
Oh yeah, sure.
My job is to be an instrument for the music to come through. It's a different assignment. I'm not saying you don't have that. You're a singer, man. I mean, you're a musician. You understand what I'm saying.
Oh, sure.
But it's just when I get to listen for pleasure, it's somebody like Duke Ellington or somebody. It's not going to be something funky. It's going to be something that will force me to pay attention. If it's funky, it's just going in my body and it's just going to do what it does. But when I need the intellectual stimulation of a complex piece, I put on like Duke Ellington or Miles Davis or something. If I really want to expand my understanding.
Yeah, but I also do a lot of work on the computer too, so I can't necessarily put in something like a Duke Ellington or like a Miles Davis or something like that.
I understand.
With background, because I will get, my attention will get diverted over to that, and I'll just be sitting absorbing it instead of working.
Same here. So because I work in music, it's all kind of got to be where I can grab it and get to it, and then on top of that, I've got constantly music in my head, just because that's the brain of Michael Bland. I'm the whole time we've been talking, "Satisfy My Soul" by Bob Marley has just been playing on a loop back here.
There you go.
And
I mean, you see my world. I mean, this is like,
yes.
I mean, and this isn't even all.
My brain looks like your world.
Yeah, I literally have like 2 boxes full of CDs that I had to take out of this mix because it was just too much. Okay. All right. Never mind. All right. We're going to start talking about the Grammys here in just one second. But right before I make a little quick announcement that obviously we were both off last week. Michael had work stuff going on. I just had so much going on. It was just a lot. we just needed a little bit of a brain break, but hey, we're back here today. We're doing a Grammy Get Down, and we're going to have a good time here.
Brains, yeah.
That's right. That's our broken brains. And next week, we welcome this is first time I think I've announced this, except for when I did a little Monday morning jam session. But next week, we welcome the one and only Cassandra O'Neill in the house. Mm-hmm. So Cassandra will be with us here next week. I'm very, very excited about that. Keyboarders for Prince of the New Power Generation from 2009. There weren't any official tours back then, so it was like a one-off shows, but she started back in 2009 all the way through 2014, that Hit and Run Part 2 tour. And of course, that period of time that she was with them was really intriguing time period, because almost right up until his passing. But so I got questions. And while I know that folks are obviously very well absorbed and want me to ask all the Prince questions and whatnot, I know that's why you're here. But I really want to dig deep into who she is, and I don't want to diminish them down to just a small portion of her career. So I mean she's played with Sheila E. and Pink and 98 Degrees and Yolanda Adams. She was Macy Gray's musical director. I mean, so many stories. Very excited to have her on the show. I actually tried to get her on the show. A couple times. And it was to no avail. And then there was some post that I did on Facebook page, and she replied to it. And I was just like, oh, she's right there. Yeah. So I clicked and I said, hey, when can we get you on the show? DM me. And she DM me right away. And she goes, I'd love to be on the show. I was like, all right, there you go. Cool. Scratch that off the list. So
great. Fantastic.
Very excited to have her. Cassandra's going to be on the show next week, and she's going to have plenty of stories. Looks like Franklin has
can I address this? He's
sure.
Asking,
yep.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're talking about the sampler CDs that Sonny and I made for East to West Sound Warehouse back in the 90s. I don't have the CD. I'm sure I have it. I have the files on some drive probably, but that was just I wouldn't need to access that. I'm not sure what the point of your question happens to be, Franklin, but that's all right. Yeah, I have what I need from it. I don't have the disc hey, but if I needed to do something with it, I could.
I thought I had no, I don't. I do have a funk sampler CD, but I can't remember who it was. There's somebody else from the Prince camp.
Fink. After Fink. Sonny and I, everybody followed suit.
Yeah, Fink did the Funk Factory, Dr. Fink's Funk Factory that he did with Sony. Well, was it Sony or was it? Dr. Fink actually has a CD like that too, with just a bunch of clips, bunch of stuff. Sure. It's Dr. Fink's Funk Factory, and it's got all kinds of funky 70s designs and whatnot. But
yeah.
All right, y'all ready? Let's do this shite. All right. As many of you know, Sunday night, 2 nights ago, we had we got to watch, I guess we kind of talked a little bit about this before the show started, of the Grammys. And Michael, I believe what was the word you used? Farce? Is that what you used? That wasn't the
ruse,
word.
I think.
Ruse. Is that what it was? Ruse.
The Grammys are a ruse. It's a popularity contest, man. So I mean, but it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah, I think, and here's the thing. Just so you know, we are going to be talking about the most notable moments of the Grammys. Trust me, if it was talked about, we're going to talk about it tonight. I have pictures and whatnot to, I will mention Somber. Yes. Matter of fact, this is my daughter, Jaden. She was making a mention of, for best new artist, there were eight artists that were, I guess, nominated for this thing, and Somber was one of them, and she is a hardcore Somber fan. We got lucky enough to actually see Somber. Was Daniel Seavey concert, right? And he opened up for Daniel Seavey, and I didn't know who he was, and
I'm just
Yes,
finding out
that's
now.
the
I don't know who this person is.
yeah, he's
I
really,
know
really
Dayton.
good.
I don't know who.
Yeah, but and they have Wendy Melvoin actually played on one of his songs on one of his albums. Played bass on one of his songs. So yeah, it's great artist. But yeah, Somber. So yeah, that's probably all we're going to talk about Somber. So you good? Okay, all right. But anyways, yeah. So OK Player, which is obviously Questlove's website that he actually started many years ago, actually ran an article basically asking, do the Grammys still matter? And of course they spoke to a variety of different artists like Lecrae and Bilal and Layla Hathaway and and essentially all of them say that they actually do. I saw your message. Okay, I've got a show. Anyways, so they ask him basically saying, does it still matter? Yes, it still does. To them, because I mean, I guess just like you're saying, it is a publicity contest. It's a publicity show.
What I mean to say is that the industry decides. It's not a matter of like, it's not like a popular opinion type of thing. There's a committee, as you know, there's like a Grammy committee. There's all, I don't know. I just feel like it's sanctioned and it's controlled, and I don't think it's an honest reflection of what the populace actually is into.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously the reason why OK Player brought it up was because they obviously have a very checkered past with Black artists specifically.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's really kind of where that was the core of what they were talking about. That was the core of, doesn't matter for us. And
I see.
The reality of it is that obviously it does. If you watch the Grammys this past weekend, it was, I mean, it definitely still matters. It absolutely still matters because it was predominantly, it was not, listen, there are a lot of different genres of music that get slighted. Like every year there are genres of music that get slighted at the Grammys. Rock and all the rock, hard rock, metal, any of that stuff. I mean, and even to some point jazz and now they are all recognized, but it's untelevised. It's like done off to the side type of thing, and it's just kind of like an afterthought. It's just like, oh no, we celebrate it, blah 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 blah. And I've said it before that one of the last times that I saw the Grammys where I was like, yeah, they got it right, was that year that Esperanza Spalding won, and I was just like, that's surprising that she won. For the
but
whole
it's
thing.
not, because there's an agenda in place. I mean, you remember the year that Joni Mitchell won like best album of the year? It was because of her relationship to the music industry. That record wasn't popular. That's what I'm saying, is some people hands are washing each other, man. It's not all about the music. And sometimes it's about favors and the influence. It's not just about the music, man. That's why it arouses my ire, because it's not about anything it's supposed to be about.
Right. Understood. Yeah. I mean, and I think, again, with the amount of genres of music that get ignored or untelevised.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they couldn't just do something. Well, one of the things they were talking about was that this is the last year it's going to be on CBS. It's been on CBS for, I can't remember how long it's been on CBS, for many years, since the beginning, since the 70s.
Well, CBS is now owned by who. So
right. Well, now it's going to move
anyway. They need to turn it loose. They're censoring whatever they have to appease those in power. I mean, CBS, man.
Yeah. Who owns CBS? What don't I know?
I mean, certainly you understand that the arts are under attack in general in this country.
Oh, well, certainly. Well, and there's a reason for that as well, is because of all the ire that, and let me just say this about the Grammys in general, is that the majority of the night of that 3.5 or 4 hour show, as it was pretty much a front to back, ice bashing, Trump bashing, like every opportunity that somebody got a mic in front of them, it seemed like it was coming up.
Exactly.
So so they were attacking. Oh, they absolutely were attacking. And don't get me wrong, rightfully so, as far as like the ICE stuff and things, if
I got it, but you know what I'm saying though, right?
I know what you're saying. And so I get what you're saying now, that you're just like, okay, it's going to be shut. Well, but it is moving though. It's moving to ABC and Disney Plus.
Okay. And it should.
But Disney Plus has had their own issues too. I mean, they all have issues. I mean, they all have some type of people they have to answer to and whatnot.
Kyle Christian's saying Disney owns ABC. So I guess it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
No, CBS. CBS is what it's on right now. It's leaving CBS and going to Disney Plus and ABC. And ABC. Right. It's both.
Yeah,
right.
I heard you.
Yeah.
So he did.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I think it would be a great idea, and maybe this is a Disney Plus thing and not do it a live event like a Disney Plus thing, because it wouldn't work on network TV. I mean, I guess it could, but like I look at something like the NFL draft. The NFL draft takes 2 days, and on top of that, they have their 8 hours or however long it is. It's like all day, and they do it for 2 days. It would be great for something like the Grammys to get that kind of treatment, where everything that you would want to see somebody get an award for, even if it was for a jazz album, or even if it was for, a contemporary Christian album, or whatever it is, that you could have the opportunity to watch it and be able to, make a day of it, just like to be able to enjoy it, just like they do with the NFL draft. And you can see the things that are coming up, and
I agree.
And not be, or we don't think this is important, so we're just going to wedge it into this little 3.5 hour window.
Listen, I don't need the red carpet stuff. I'd rather see the other artists get their credit. But I'm telling you, JT, Jeremy Tapero, bass player of Soul Asylum, and a good friend of mine, it just said the industry decides. You pay to attend, you pay for your reward if you win. Awards for art have never been real. It's another commercial for the people already in the club. I agree 100%. That's how I see it,
Right. Yeah. Right. And Franklin makes point. And the right wing runs CBS. Yeah, they do. So, and every single person that's ever crossed them, it gets in the crosshairs. Kimmel was in the crosshairs, and Trevor Noah's now in the crosshairs too. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. But
so they should turn it loose, because the arts are about expression, and their situation is now under scrutiny. They're not going to give.
You mentioned the red carpet, which thank you, because this is a good segue. Needless to say, I watched the entirety of the show, and I'll be honest, this year was not too bad.
All right.
I actually liked it because there was actually live bands in the mix, and that I that's what I gravitate towards. A lot of highlights, and as I said, yes, we're going to hit all the points that you expect us to. But that red carpet, listen, a lot of great looks and whatnot, and you can spend the entire night talking about fashion and that kind of stuff as far as the red carpet is concerned. We're not doing that. There's plenty of shows out there that do that, but that's not going to happen here. This ain't that show.
What about the green taffeta that so-and-so was right?
But there's always got to be that one artist, that one person that shows up, and you're like, what in the world?
What in the Bjork?
Right. What in the Bjork? In previous years, for instance, we've had Lady Gaga and her meat dress. That was meat dress, and the shoes, by the way, the meat shoes and the meat dress.
Shoes. Yes.
A good friend of Funkatopia's, CeeLo Green.
That's CeeLo. Okay. What's he dressed like? Is that a
CeeLo
chicken, a rooster?
That bird outfit, the parrot outfit, or whatever it was, and that gold outfit too.
I remember the gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Lil Nas X doing his thing. And then, of course, there's Bianca Censori, Kanye's girl. Still, I don't know if they're still together or not. I don't know. But anyways, there's always been craziness, always been insane. I forgot to cover up some of the pieces. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
it's okay. My apologies for any kids that might be watching.
I am so desensitized. That shows me how much of a
there you go.
rotten, festering individual I happen to be. I didn't even think anything of it.
But this year, I did think to do it on this next photo because of how this was. This year, hands down, on the red carpet, the winner was Chappell Roan's outfit, where she decided to go in a burgundy dress or rust-colored dress that came up and was held up by nipple rings.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
So I covered them up with little Funkatopia logos.
Okay. So that's probably what you would do if you met her in person. That's the first thing you would do. Let me cover those.
So first off, yeah, I don't know if I would call it a dress either, Arlene, but I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Either. So it's this sheer garment, and it for those who are listening on audio, it's this sheer garment, and it basically comes up to points right underneath her nipples, and she has nipple rings that are actually holding that fabric or whatever up, and that's the extent of it. And first off, wow, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's that super pale goth thing, man. It's
yeah, and there's a lot of that going on. Like I know that Chappell Roan and Lady Gaga were hanging out like a lot that night. There was like multiple photos of the two of them together, just kind of doing that whole she is
Van Helsing energy. That is funny.
Yeah, so I cannot imagine that is comfortable at all. I don't understand the whole process, but
fashion is pain, or whatever they say. Beauty is pain.
I guess so. Oh yeah, I mean, but women do it all the time, as far as like with the high heels and stuff. I mean, how many times you see a woman kick off high heels and you're like, God, I got to get these shoes off of me. Mm-hmm. I get it, but wow, that was hands down the shocker of red carpet. Matter of fact, I think I heard that she's being fined by the state of California for a decency thing or whatever.
That's preposterous.
Yeah, which is ridiculous to me. I mean, but it was okay.
In LA?
Bianca,
come on, man.
Bianca Sensori's okay to go up in the sheer body pose thing or whatever.
We're having the show right here.
It's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It's just no.
Well, can we talk about the music now? Because
yes, let's talk about the music. Yes,
very important. Franklin says this. Can we all say the D'Angelo and Roberta Flack tribute was the best?
Yes, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about that. Okay. No, we're not there yet. We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
So let's get into it. We're off the red carpet. Let's get into it. Obviously, the night was hosted by the one and only Trevor Noah, stand-up comedian and also host of The Daily Show for a while when what's his name? Jon Stewart stepped away, and then but now he's back. Anyways, it was hosted by Trevor Noah, who got himself into a little bit of trouble. This was obviously at the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. We'll talk about what that trouble was here in just a second. But as I mentioned before, he also made several notations about the fact that the Grammys were leaving CBS. It's been there since 1973. Lots of political moments all throughout the night. And it was just, as I said, it was just a major opportunity to kind of, bash on ICE and Trump and whatever else. The night started out with Bruno Mars and Rosé, I guess is her name. And the song is called Apata. I always thought I'd never heard the song until I heard them play it last night or at the Grammys at the opening. And the song is called Apata, but it's capital A, capital P, capital T, period. I just thought it was short for apartment. I don't know what but then I heard them singing Apata. I still don't know what
don't know what it is.
That was the first time I had ever heard it, but it was great to see that they were jamming. I love Bruno Mars. I really love Bruno Mars, man. I just think that he's just such a talented dude. He's just phenomenal. And he actually played twice tonight. We're going to talk about that. This was the first time they opened up the show with that. So it was Bruno Mars and Rose, I think is her name, did Apata. And then after that, which was really phenomenal, Leon Bridges came out, and Leon Bridges killed it. He played his song Mutt. And again, what's so phenomenal to me is seeing, what's the one thing you notice in this picture and this picture? Live bands, full live bands. It's back in the mix. And I am so happy to see, full live bands doing their thing. I know we'll talk about Justin Bieber here in a little bit, but because Justin actually came out with a guitar and did a drum loop, and we'll talk about that in a second. But it was good to see the fact that, live bands are coming back out. I started digging more into Leon Bridges.
Somebody said Leon Thomas, not Bridges.
What did I say? Why I keep saying Leon Bridges? I keep saying Leon. I keep saying Leon Bridges.
I don't know who the dude is either way, so I didn't know to correct you.
Okay. So, but it was good to see that he's in the mix constantly. I don't know why I kept saying that. And what was really good though is that, well, we're at that point yet, but when we get to the new artist segment where there's like 8 people, what was really cool they did is they had all 8 of them actually play a portion of their song. So you actually got to see them perform, I guess whatever their biggest song was live, and it was like back to back to back to back to back. It wasn't like spread out. So I really liked that part of it too. Kendrick Lamar, his album GNX won Best Rap Album. That was, I believe it was the first award that they, the first award that they premiered. And all I can say is that GNX, while I know it lyrically was probably a lot of good stuff there, I've said this before. I like when he actually uses that live instrumentation like he did with Kunta's Groove Tour and things like that. I just kind of feel like when he was more focused on the instrumentation and he was working with guys like Thundercat and Flying Lotus and people like that, and they were just really just creating some fantastic music to go behind what he was doing. And it's just,
he's in a different phase of his career now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just not a huge fan of I get that he's still a phenomenal rapper and MC. But he's
on the journey, man. Every artist has to face that sophomore journey of from where everybody gets turned on by you till now, what are you going to show them? Right. And it seemed for a long time, I was like, okay, dude, you got rid of Drake and you've replaced him. Like you kind of went soft. You kind of, I don't know, man. It's a journey. It's a process. I think he's again, probably on the road to discovery, whatever it took him to get to Pimp a Butterfly, that's life. That's life experience. That's whatever, I'm just saying when you finally arrive at that sort of, you plateau, success, when everybody knows your name, the expectations get different.
Yeah.
And the pressure gets different. So, it's not necessarily a telling of his artistic integrity as much as it is just when people start making money off you, man,
that's
they
right.
start wanting to,
Yep. Well, and to quickly make note of the Leon scenario, that was Leon Thomas, but Leon Bridges was actually there, and Leon Bridges also performed as well. He performed as part of that Gladys Knight thing. We'll talk about that. So my fault. Cool. Right. Anyways, yeah, I get it. And a lot of people felt that way about Prince when he moved into the era that you Questlove was one of the most outspoken on that,
Yeah, but he also got backlash, towards the end of the 80s, like, oh, he's a pop artist now. Ain't no more funk,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
I could see that.
After Purple Rain, then it's like, okay, well, what are you really about?
Yeah. So, and there's a picture of Kendrick Lamar accepting the award. Again, it was really cool. Anyway,
in a tux, looking very business, very industry.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is he's got different friends now.
And his Grammy wins, by the way, that night broke Jay-Z's record for the most awarded rapper in the Grammys. So he took Jay-Z's place, which is probably a good thing since now that they've released those Epstein files. Jay-Z's appearing quite a bit in print, and that can't be good.
Who do you want to give your money to? Who do you want to support?
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's fair enough. Big night, obviously, for Bad Bunny. He actually cleaned up quite a bit. Bad Bunny was in the audience. Now, unfortunately, he could not perform because he's performing at the halftime of the Super Bowl, and I guess part of the contract is he can't perform right before, however many weeks before or whatever it is before.
That's a general thing in music business anyway. If you have a contract to play, I mean, there's radius clauses and all sorts of things, you know?
Yeah.
Like to inhibit you from competing against yourself, you know?
Right. Yeah. So, but it was funny because Trevor Noah kept coming over to his table and saying, you know, trying to trick him into singing and whatnot. And I guess there was a little bit of couple of, I guess, pre-planned skits and of them kind of bantering back and forth, and did end up singing about 5 seconds with a backing mariachi band. Trevor Noah was singing one of Bad Bunny's songs to him a cappella, and then all of a sudden a mariachi band comes out to accompany him, and then gets Bad Bunny going, and then Bad Bunny sings for about 5 seconds, probably just enough to kind of spice it up. Nothing that would cause any problems, but he did actually win there was an award that he won for, I can't remember what exactly the award. We're going to look at the list of the award winners as part of the end of the show, but. What was cool about it is that he did get up, and one of the first things that he said was, "I just want to say, ice out."
Yeah, I saw that,
and everybody lost their mind, and a lot of people were wearing pins that night that said "ice out" all night, including Joni Mitchell, and so it was it was cool. There was a lot of weirdness too. They treated it like they dropped a lot of Super Bowl commercials, surprisingly, which was unusual because the Super Bowl is this Sunday, but I guess they're kind of doing a little bit of a testing ground on that. But there was one commercial from Dunkin' Donuts that I did not understand, and I don't know if anybody can help explain it, but I mean, it was Jennifer Aniston, Matt LeBlanc, it was Joey on Friends, Jason Alexander, and Ben Affleck, and I don't even know what it was about. Ben was talking some weird accent, and they're talking about some monster cringe thing that's supposed to happen, and it was like coming into the middle of a conversation. I was just like, I was like, am I not? Because I was taking notes at the same time for the show, and I was like, and I rewound the commercial and I watched it again, this time paying attention to it. And I was like, I still don't know what I'm watching. So yeah, it was one of those moments. And I was just like, I don't understand. I don't know what it was about. So apparently maybe once it gets to the Super Bowl, it'll make sense. But whatever it was that they were talking about in the commercial, I couldn't even.
Okay.
I couldn't even think. I see a lot of people making notations about what their favorite parts of the Grammys are. Trust me, we're going to talk about a lot of these things, so we're good. So going back to the music, Lady Gaga is still weird. She did. This was actually
we're talking about Lady Gaga.
Yeah, a picture of her wearing, she was wearing that weird basket thing on her head.
It's like a dung beetle hive with a.
Do dung beetles have hives?
I don't know what I'm talking
about. A dung beetle hive? What's that?
It just reminds me of something I think I saw on Planet Earth or on the Discovery Channel. I don't know what it is. That would make great fashion. Bring it. And her minions bring it, and there it is. It's a lobster trap, somebody said.
Yeah, a lobster trap. The performance, it was a song. He was doing her song Abracadabra. The performance, it just seemed very, very Marilyn Manson inspired. And it was complete with the jerky moments and movements, like kind of like Marilyn Manson would do. And they had like that red tinge lighting. And also Josh Freese from Nine Inch Nails was playing drums on stage with her too. So that vibe was completely intentional, but it definitely had a very, very Marilyn Manson feel to it. But she won Best Pop Vocal Album for Mayhem, and of course Best Dance Pop Recording for that song right there, Abracadabra.
Hey, listen, man, I think she's great. She ain't never getting a dollar of my money, but I think she is in it for the art. And she's in it to push it to the next level. And we need people like her, because most people want to just lay down and, be a doormat. She's still pushing, man. Somebody needs to push,
Yeah, I like to see her do things like, the movie stuff that she was doing, and where you can really see her true talent.
She's a real artist. Yeah.
Because there's so much of what she does is theatrics and it's very, very theater. And I think it gets sometimes, when you see stuff like the meat dress and, that weird for some people that are really, really visual, they get caught up in that. It's like, are you paying attention to what's happening here musically? Because there's just, it's for sure. It's a lot going on.
The thing I'm saying is that she's not just a musician. Right. It's multimedia. It's art for art's sake on some level. I mean, I personally am glad that somebody that creative has that kind of financial backing. you know?
Sure. Yeah. And I don't know that they know beforehand who the winner is. I have seen some award shows where they obviously know who the winner is. I actually have a clip from a video game award thing that kind of gives me this vibe. But when Lady Gaga won this award, I don't know if it was just the camera work, the way that they did it, but there was like a half a second delay or something. It's like she was reacting like right before they said her name. It was just like, and the winner is like, oh my gosh.
Like she knew she was going to win.
It's like, I didn't even say your name yet.
I
didn't even say your name yet. And you're already, oh my God.
That's my point. They don't need to. It's set up.
Yeah, it seemed. But let me see. I think I have this. Let me see if I saved it.
Okay.
And hopefully it won't be. But here's an example of what I'm talking about, where where the winner is. It's like what's the point of this? This is from a video game award show that I saw, and I literally could not watch anymore. Watch this.
And now it's time for our next award, Best VR AR Game, and the nominees are Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. The Game Award goes to Batman Arkham Shadow.
And he's standing right there. They're standing right there. It's like, okay, this is all superfluous because we already know who the winner is.
They're standing there right off camera.
Standing right there.
Yeah. Thomas Bass was saying that about Gaga, like they had a delay so that they could mute like the F-bombs and whatnot.
Yeah, but that's the audio they wouldn't have clipped out. It was just weird. It was just weird.
I bet, man. I'm sure the audio was on delay, so it probably came after the picture. Is what I'm saying. That she reacted,
could be.
But then they said her name. Probably, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Like that, and of course, Batman. I'm watching. I'm like, well, it's got to be Arkham Shadow. I don't know anything about the gamer industry. I don't do any of that. But just looking at that lineup, you could tell Batman had it. I didn't need anybody to tell me that.
Well, I had the whole award thing was like that.
Batman.
That whole award show, I watched like about a half hour of it and I had to turn it off because they showed like a bunch of like clips of video because I love to game, but I don't have a lot of time to do it. And I do have one of those VR headsets and that Arkham Shadow game came with it, or one of the Arkham one, but it was actually, anyways, needless to say, get back to the music. Justin Bieber also performed as well, and he performed in his boxer shorts. So it literally was just Justin Bieber standing out there with his guitar, boxer shorts, and no band or anything. He came out there with his guitar. He played into a looper, and then he set up like a few loops, and then he sang along with it. So he did everything all himself right there. I mean, it was good to see it, and it was a really good intimate moment for people who are, what do they call Bieber fans?
Believers.
For the believers, let me just say, it was probably really great for them. I mean, this is probably the equivalent of like when the recording of Prince sitting on the stool with his guitar and playing. I mean, it's that same type of vibe where it's like really intimate moments with him and the piano and a microphone. This is kind of similar world for believers. So it was great. I don't have any problems with him.
Sure. I think I've had a couple problems with him, but it's
sure, he's a kid though.
Yeah, what I'm realizing is that you just can't. We're changing from nanosecond to nanosecond. Nobody is the same ever. We're always changing. So yeah, one of the things I'm working on is just kind of leaving that out of the equation, because judgment really turns me off.
Yeah.
There's a Buddhist saying, which is the difference between a weed and a flower is judgment. It's about what you put on a situation, from your viewpoint. And when Biebs came on the scene, I'm like, okay, great. The little white kid, raping and pillaging the black sound for
well, because that was Usher's doing more than anything else, though.
Right, exactly. And we do that in the black community. We do that. If somebody has talent, if they have ability, we will usually support them. And I'm sure Usher also thought, yeah, we can make a lot of money. Why not? But when you start to consider all the different people Bieber came into contact on his way up with, and just rumors and conjecture, I don't want to get nasty about it, but he's been through some stuff, man. I didn't really get the boxers. And then my wife told me it's because he was tampered with as a kid. He's showing himself exposed. The symbolism of his performance. I lost a lot of that. I was just judging it artistically, but he's really actually saying something about what he's been through.
And I also think it more probably had to do with the fact that this was just kind of him stripped down. It's like because there is a vulnerability when all eyes are on you. Not only all eyes are on you to create the music right there on the spot, hoping that nothing goes wrong with the technology and anything else as you're kind of coming out there in your boxer shorts and socks. There's a big vulnerability to that. You're standing in front of icons of music legends, hundreds of music legends all staring at you in your boxers there's something to say for the balls that takes.
Yeah, but here, and I don't mean to go this dark, but I can't ignore what's going on in my mind about this right now. You're talking about the differential between an artist standing naked in front of thousands of people, but imagine you're a kid, you're a child standing in front of an adult who intends to do you harm.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. I'm not playing down that part of it. No,
all I'm saying is it's not much different.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
On some level, it's the same thing. When you're under observation and somebody wants something from you, it's the same. It's the same.
Right. Yeah, sure.
And I'm not trying to psychoanalyze the situation, but he's definitely going through some things, and I pray for his healing. This business chews people up and spits them out, man.
especially when you come into it as you're a kid.
Right. And the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones who are abusing you.
And good on him, because there's not a whole bunch of people that survive that. I mean, Michael Jackson is like an example. Stevie Wonder is an example, but there's not a lot of people that get into the music business that young and are able to survive. Right. Survive. It's like a lot. Yeah.
That says a lot about him to be able to deal with it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And a great singer. I really gained my respect quite a bit with his voice the other night.
Yeah, he was good. The song that he chose to do was a little bit repetitive, as far as like the melody pattern was kind of repetitive, but that's okay. Yeah. Again, there's that vulnerability, and you're probably thinking the whole time, "Oh God, just get me through this." Type of thing.
But it's simple and unprocessed and direct, and you can't. Yeah. There's nothing to take this. There's no substitute for an artist just coming to you, bearing their soul.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then after that, Bruno Mars came out and performed again, which was phenomenal. I was very happy to see it. Obviously, for those who just tuned into the show, he opened with Rosé doing Apata, and then he did the song called I Just Might, which with his band The Hooligans, and this is a single off of his new album. I think, what's his album called? The Romantic, I think his album is coming out. So really psyched about that, because I don't think he's done an album in like 10 years. I mean, you can't, if you count Silk Sonic, then yes, but for Bruno Mars, I can't remember, what was that name of the album? Unorthodox Jukebox, I think was the name of the album, and that was like 10 years ago. Believe it or not, it was like 10 years ago. But again, I'm a huge Bruno Mars fan, because we always say there's no comparison to Prince, right? There's just not. There's just not. But I really feel like Bruno Mars is not better than Prince by a long shot. But I feel like level of talent and the volume of music that he's able to put out, his mastery of instruments, you guys saw him perform at the Super Bowl. He's a killer drummer, an amazing guitarist, amazing producer, amazing bass player, amazing keyboardist. He is multi-instrumentalist, great voice. When I first heard him sing, I thought there's no way that he's going to be able to sing that way, for too long. Because it always feels like it's, as a singer, you hear him, it's like, God, it just seems like you're straining your vocal cords to hit the notes that he's hitting, but he keeps on coming. He keeps on coming, and I really appreciate everything that Bruno Mars has to offer. I love his work. So,
I got you. I just don't think he knows who he is.
That may be. I honestly don't know, but I like what he showed so far. So.
Yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is that two things are missing. Because
Christopher agrees with you. Christopher Hendricks agrees and says Bruno has never found his true identity as an artist. There you go.
It's clear to me, because he can change so much. He can do so much. But you know what it's like? It's like Michael Jordan is. Everybody knows Michael Jordan was an incredible. If you needed points, he was the man to throw the ball to. But the guy who doesn't get the real credit, to me, is Magic Johnson, because he could play any position equally well. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's and I think that maybe what Bruno doesn't have is the imagination. Prince was otherworldly. He could draw from Romulus. He could draw from Saturn. And that's the difference. Not only that, the era in which you grow up,
Well, Prince was a victim of his creativity, because of the fact that he
interesting word, I guess.
Well, because
so what is this? He's a victim
maybe victim is not the right. It's like a tortured artist. It's like it's coming, and if I don't get it out, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think the checks.
Listen, I don't disagree, Kyle.
Yeah,
they were the first Samoans to get it on. The Jets, man.
Oh yeah, the Jets were amazing. And yes, Kyle, he is an amazing guitarist, and I did not think so either. I thought he was a typical rhythm guitarist, but when he did a Prince tribute and played Purple Rain and was playing the solo and stuff. It was totally changed my mind. Same thing with his drumming.
I was disagreeing with you.
I know. That's what I'm responding to.
All right.
He says amazing guitarist. No, I think is what he said.
I see.
And you need to find that Prince tribute where he plays guitar. He's dressed up like Prince with the jacket and everything. And once you see him playing guitar there, it's a whole different thing. But he hasn't recorded anything that shows off that level of artistry. He hasn't done anything like that. Everything that he's done on his albums and Silk Sonic, he's never showcased his ability to solo like I see him do stuff live. And it's like, why don't you do that? That's wow. The same thing with
I'll tell you why.
Maroon 5. What's his name from Maroon 5?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine.
Yeah.
That dude is insane on guitar.
I've heard that.
But you wouldn't even, and again, when I saw him play on the Howard Stern show, doing a Prince thing, and it's just, but isn't it funny how they're replicating Prince in order to, get that? It's just amazing to me how some of these artists who are, they just don't showcase their full ability. And I think that may be the difference, is that Prince was just like, hold my beer.
Sort of. But again, it's like it wasn't just business for Prince. Everything about his life involved music. He would leave rehearsal. He'd just stand still for a minute, and then he'd put the guitar down and just leave. He'd go to Studio A. By the time we finished rehearsal, he was inviting us into the studio to hear what he worked on. It's amazing. That level of grind, man. It's like you can't. He was so secretive. Nobody really knows how hard Prince worked or what his focus really was. So they don't know the secret.
Yeah, it is.
You can't do what Prince did if you don't know what he did.
All right, we'll get back on track. Sorry about that, guys. That's what we do. But we are music heads at heart. So
and that's also why you're asking this. And women in their 30s or not, they don't care if Adam Levine's got a guitar on or not.
No, that's true. That's
just
true.
Only we care about that stuff.
Speaking of amazing musicians, Joni Mitchell was actually she had her Ice Out button on.
Well, right.
So it was a very rare appearance at the Grammys, and she won a Grammy off screen for Best Historical Album. I don't even know what the album is, but people were a little bit concerned, I guess, because when she went up to the mic and they handed her the award, she didn't even know that she was nominated. So she was like, who won? I won? I was like, okay. All right. So I guess people were a little bit concerned that her faculties weren't.
That an old white woman doesn't know where she's at from time to time. Why are they concerned about that? It's called getting older.
Yes, exactly. It is. And
leave Joni alone, man.
Cher had one of those moments at the end, and we'll talk about that too. Yeah,
she's earned it.
Sure, absolutely. I love Joni. Joni is,
and Joni don't care about them awards, man.
It's
an excuse for her to see her friends. That's all.
Yeah. So Stacy says, I just saw that Meryl Streep will portray Joni. That'd be cool. I don't.
You don't have to be a fan of Joni's music to respect her.
No, you don't. You don't.
Somebody just said they weren't a fan. It's not about being a fan. It's about appreciating and understanding her contribution. If you like Prince, then you should understand the lineage between Prince and Joni.
Yeah, for sure.
She influenced him a lot. I'm not schooling nobody. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you Court and Spark, or trying to figure out like the best album for non-Joni fans to kind of get into. But
Court and Spark is great. Blue is incredible.
Yeah, that was a good one too. But the artistry that Joni had was not just lyrically. The lyricism of her work was just not even. Bow to Dorothy Parker is a perfect example of that type of flow, and he even does a little shout out to Joni in there too. But the reality of it is that the way that she crafts and the way that she plays guitar, she's not just playing chords and notes. That guitar is weaving in and out of that lyrics, but you have to really be a musician and sit with headphones on and really hear the stuff that's going on. A lot of bands were like that. Talking Heads were like that. There's just some things like, what's going on here?
Yeah, some stuff, some music is a deep dive, man. And if you're listening out of convenience or you just want to hear a pleasant tune, that's one thing. But Blue is like the portrait of a woman's heart who's breaking, you know?
Yeah.
That record, if that don't move you, I don't know about you, you know?
Right. Yep. And it's okay if you don't get it. I've tried multiple times to get into, what was the artist that I tried to get into and I couldn't. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to disparage anybody. But to get back on the,
let's not hate. I'm trying real hard.
We'll stay out of that thing.
We'll keep the hate out. But no, I'm enjoying the dialogue though.
Best New Artist came up, and as I said, it was quite a list.
Yeah.
It had I didn't know any of these bands except for Olivia Dean, Leon Thomas, Somber, and I knew a song from Alex Warren. I've probably heard songs from all these artists on the radio and just didn't know who it was. Lola Young, I know her. She has that song Messy, which actually won for the song, not for this. Best New Artist actually went to Olivia Dean. We said that Somber was one of Jaden's favorite bands by far. That she loves Somber, but
I think I just saw Somber. Was he on like SNL recently or something?
Yes, he was actually. Yes, he was.
I did see that, man. Yeah, that was hot. Okay.
Yeah, he's good. He's
climbing the set.
Yeah, he did. And
I do know
he
that.
had a mirror ball outfit on, which is. It was crazy. It was like this whole thing, and everywhere he went, it was just like
it was a vibe. It was a vibe, man.
Somber's got a really cool thing going on. Him and as I said, I got an opportunity to see him with. I love catching these artists early, man. Him opened up for Daniel Seavey, who people don't know, but Daniel Seavey used to play in a band called Why Don't We? Which was another band that Jane was a big fan of. But these guys are these types of artists that write everything. They're multi-instrumentalists and they do everything. It's just so many artists that are like that, where they're just playing everything. So it's really good to see that level of artistry being injected into the radio play nowadays, because I'm just so tired of. That's the reason why Cat's Eye is kind of like this all girl group, which is great. They're good, they're fun to watch. They do a lot of dancing and they're easy on the eyes, but it's like,
who won?
Well, actually, Olivia Dean won. The girl, it's in the upper right-hand corner. And I really didn't know much about Olivia Dean. She's got a couple of songs she's got actually quite a few songs on the radio, but I did stumble upon something that I thought was interesting that I'll play for you here that I found. I was like, oh, well, will you look at this? So let me play this for you. You get a little piece of this. Check this out.
Money. Ain't like those other guys you hang around, and it's kind of funny, but they always see you and let you down, and I get discouraged, yeah, 'cause I never see you anymore, and I need your love, baby, yeah, 'cause that's all I'm living for.
So I just kind of gives you a little taste. I mean, I was like, all right. So you're covering.
It's cute.
You're covering. Well, at least she's covering the classics. She's covering. It's good. She could be covering anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, instrumentally, it's great too.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a decent demo.
Right, exactly. And it's not a release. That's not a release song. That's just her just goofing off. It's only on SoundCloud. You can't find it on Spotify or
Right on.
there's no video for it. It's just her goofing off. It's like, okay, that's cool that you're actually
that's all right.
out there doing it.
A little nod. A little nod. Yeah.
That's right. It's right. That's what we need. We need those nods. We need those
nod, yeah.
Those Stranger Things nods. Oh, speaking of which, I was talking about at the beginning of the show, the live version of Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Literally, she's wearing a Purple Rain shirt for like the last 20 minutes of the movie on Lilo and Stitch, the live one, the new one that they did. I was like, all right, so we need those little pieces to keep that ball rolling, to keep things moving. Right. So, it's always great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so congratulations to Olivia Dean on that one. The best pop solo performance, this was won by, we talked about her a little bit, Lola Young, and she actually did the song Messy. And it was good to see her because she actually performed this as part of a clip when they had all 8 of these bands play, that she sat behind a piano and she sang that song acoustically with she was a little pitchy, but she was fun to watch. She's very animated and expressive. So it was really, really cool to see her out there. And then Carole King was out there. Did you know that this year is the 55th anniversary for Tapestry?
I did not.
It's unreal. I love that album. And she's got, I mean, her voice is just, I mean, it's not that it's like a phenomenal voice or anything, but it's like buttermilk biscuit.
Right. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan, but I respect her. I'm not a fan, but I respect her work.
Oh yeah, sure.
She did solid work at the Brill Building. Strong writer, but there's certain artists that she's just not one of the ones for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those. She's one of these artists where, for me, because we're the same age, but so as a kid growing up in the 70s, you heard a lot of that. You heard a lot of James Taylor, and you heard a lot of Carole King and
I did
and all that stuff. I heard everything. Well, when I lived in the Detroit area, I heard everything. I heard the funk too. It was just depending on the day. Some radio stations did not come in until nighttime. That's when I would hear the OJs, and that's when I would hear Stevie Wonder and all those types of artists. I mean,
it's for me, the radio wasn't nothing up here because I mean, KMOJ, if you wanted to hear the signal solid, you had to go park in their parking lot. Because the community supported.
Oh my God, really?
So the black music quotient was next to nil unless you relied on your own collection. So, right. And I had 3 older sisters, so I never got to run the record player. So I had to hear Aretha and Stevie and Sly, and they weren't buying James Taylor, and I wasn't old enough to buy records with my own money yet, even.
Well, and that's what I'm referring to is that during the day.
Yes,
it would be classic rock. It was rock then. It wasn't classic yet.
Just it would be. You had a schedule. Is just
no. It's like Steve Miller Band. Well, it was Steve Miller Band and bands like that. And but then at nighttime, I guess when the airwaves were less active or whatever, I was able to get in a station, and I don't even remember what the call letters were, but I think it may have been Mojo Station, but I think where we were, I would finally get to hear that stuff, and I would be up late at night listening to all that stuff. And that's just, so I got to hear a little bit of everything. And you being in the Minneapolis area, that's the reason why you had such an influx. And I mean, your music taste is so eclectic, just like mine. It's just, we just absorb. Yeah. And it's just kind of.
I'm not even sure that's environmental. That's just how we are, I think.
Well, I think it's true, but you can only enjoy and absorb what you're hearing. So it's just it's got. I guess yeah, but anyways, Billie Eilish, as you can see, she's accepting the award. She got the Grammy from Carol there.
Yeah, Carol looks like she don't want to let it go. I could just take this for you.
What's the question?
No, just Carol. Carol was kind of had her hands on that Grammy like she didn't want to turn it.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
That's what you're saying. So, anyways, Billie Eilish got up with her brother Phineas, who's the producer. He's the mastermind behind. I mean, Billie's the voice. Billie's got really good song. She's a good songwriter. Both of them are
great.
But Phineas is he's next level. Anyways, she continued the whole the scenario with kind of being a little bit political, and she basically said nobody is illegal on stolen land.
I saw that. Yeah.
And then she said F ICE. So she definitely used her moment to do some of that. And every single time that somebody did it, whether it be Bad Bunny or whether it be whoever it was, it would get like a standing ovation, and it would go on for at least 10 seconds or more. So I think people were like, oh, okay, so I can feel comfortable saying whatever I want to say. And, I think people were just kind of piling on doing a thing. Right. It's not that it's not the topic, of du jour for sure.
Yeah. But CBS swinging so right, they didn't want all that, so I'm sure halfway through the show, they're like, you can take that somewhere else.
Oh, well, yeah, and it's funny that you say that. Thank you for that amazing segue.
That's what I'm here for, man.
I know you do such a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, well, that's all right, man.
And then right after she did that, the camera goes back to Trevor Noah, who then proceeds himself to get into trouble.
Okay. I haven't heard. I don't know what he did.
I have not. I'm not going to play the clip because, again, they're really, really bad about copyright stuff and whatever. So I'll just read you what he said. He says, there you have it. Song of the year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That's a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. And then he says, which makes sense because since Epstein's gone, he needs a new island to hang out with Bill Clinton. I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it?
Listen,
well,
clearly he doesn't know what they're going to do about it.
Yeah, clearly he has no friggin' idea because Trump went onto his social. He's got his Truth Social or whatever. That's the right wing Twitter or whatever. I know people call Twitter and X the right wing. It's really not. The algorithm is going to feed you what you ask to be fed. And so if that's all you're seeing when you go on X, I don't see any of that stuff on X because I don't look for it. All I see is music and programming stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, so Trump goes on his Truth Social and he says, as a response, the host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the Low Ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me, incorrectly is in all caps, that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong, exclamation point, 3 of them. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island nor anywhere close. And until tonight's false and defamatory statement, have never been accused of being there, not even by fake news media. You think that's harsh enough? There's more.
I can tell he's going. He's going.
He's gone. When Trump gets on that roll, bye.
Yeah, no, he's hot now. That heated him up.
So here's part 2. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty money. The $sign. Ask little George Slopadopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS. Get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you. And then he signed it, President DJT. See,
he's bringing the gangster out of Trump, man. See, you don't need
yeah. So here, while the joke may have been funny, you're making defamatory statements to somebody who is well lawyered up.
How much do you like living here, Trevor Noah? Doesn't he?
Yes.
He's
from South Africa, I think.
Yes, I know. And I'm like, hey man, that's an important blind spot right there. What do you?
Yeah, it's not smart.
What do you think this is about, man? People are getting sent home, and not even home, just out on a daily basis, and this dude wants to make jokes. All right.
Well, it's funny because every single talk show, this is what they specialize in. I'm surprised that, Trevor, I'm not surprised that Trevor Noah caught heat, but you cannot watch any episode of Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, The Daily Show, where any of them, the one, all of them, every single one of them, and there's got to be probably half a dozen to 10 that I could probably name that just spend all of the opening act or all the opening portion just bashing on him, just bashing back. I mean, and saying all kinds of really defamatory things. I'm really surprised that you're able to get away with some of the things that people get away with now. It's like, it's pretty crazy.
This is interesting to me because I hadn't thought about it. And I guess it's a salient point that keeps escaping me because I generally just kind of, languish in darkness. But Joni's saying Trevor Noah's intelligence runs circles. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. He's a smart guy, but he ain't that smart, but suing him will force discovery. And they really don't want to talk about it.
Oh no. Yeah, so sure. And they just released 3 million pages of the episode, which it's insane to me. How much documentation are we talking about? That there's 3 million pages of
and why is there so much?
It's like, good. What are you writing a daily diary of debauchery?
Daily diary of debauchery. DDD.
It's crazy to me, the volumes of information that there are about. It's crazy.
Have you seen the people from the hearings, like the different politicians who have seen the hearings and coming out talking about like it's way worse than anybody could possibly imagine?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
sure, yeah. I
really don't know what we're talking about.
These coming days are going to reveal, because people are just sitting down with those $3 million pages of information, and so
is half of what they got.
And pieces are going to keep coming out. So anyways, sorry, we did it again, rabbit hole. Let's get back to the Grammy
Daily Diary of Debauchery. You got to keep that one, man. That might have to be the spin-off show of this one. The Daily Diary.
Yeah, somebody write it down for me. Daily Diary of Debauchery. So then also for country album, Jelly Roll won, and he caused quite a stir also, because literally Jelly Roll got up and just
nobody recognized him because he's been on Ozempic.
Yeah. I mean, first off, he went really all in talking about how he was in jail and how Jesus saved his life and how he is the one true savior. And if you're going through anything, you need to, follow Jesus and say yes to Jesus. And then he pulled his pocket Bible out of his jacket. I mean, he was going hard on Jesus. And people like Reba McEntire, and everybody's like, okay, all right, people from the South, we're back down here in the Bible Belt, everyone's like, okay, we see you, Jelly Roll. And but he caught a lot of flack for it too, and because people were feel like that this wasn't the right platform, blah blah blah. I was like, hey, you know what, you get up there and you thank who you want to thank him. That's who. If he wants to thank the Lord Jesus Christ, let him thank his Lord on that microphone.
Let him thank Allah.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. You want to talk about ICE, and you want to talk about Trump. He wants to talk about Jesus. Let him do his thing.
Yeah,
go.
Absolutely. What's somebody say here? Where Joe Cooley said, "When did Jelly Roll become a Long John?"
Looks like an eclair now.
Yeah, long eclair
from Jelly Roll to
Jelly
eclair.
Roll. Yeah, brother. No, I like him, man. I think he's great. And let him go in on Jesus. Jesus is universal. The truth will be known in time.
So then later on, then there was the Dr. Dre's Global Impact Award, which was presented to Pharrell Williams, and Q-Tip was the MC. He's the one that actually presented it to him, and of course Pharrell immediately got down and gave him a little bit of flowers as far as that's concerned. But Pharrell got up there and did his thing, so that was really, really cool to see. And Pharrell, I mean, from a producer standpoint, there's not many out there that are doing the volume of work this dude does, of quality work this guy is able to put out is just ridiculous. So,
yeah. I
anyway.
think Pharrell, I mean, he's strong. He's still here.
Yep, that's right.
Still relevant.
All right. So this is a part that you guys wanted me to talk about. So we'll talk about it. Well, let me just first say, which is the in memoriam section. So,
all right.
So I was not aware of the volume of people that passed away. And so they do this thing where, first off, Reba McEntire performed the first song that, because they did a couple different segments. One that was fronted by Lauryn Hill, and this one was fronted by Reba McEntire. But they also did some little clip ones as well that we'll talk about in a second that I wasn't very happy with, because I felt like the ones that they did the clips for should have warranted more, and they didn't. But we'll talk about that in a second. But first off, Reba performing the background music to the first in memoriam section, and she had Brandy Clark, Lucas Nelson, and that was the first time that Reba had ever performed on the Grammys too. She's never performed on the Grammys. She's been on the Grammys before, I think, as a presenter. Maybe it was the CMAs that she's always been on, but she's never performed at the Grammys. So this was the first time. But they do this thing now where they kind of focus on the band, or they focus on Reba, or they focus on the guitar or whatever. And sometimes they're not watching the screens where the names are, or the cameras aren't on the screen. So, you're obviously looking for a specific artist to be named. But what's interesting, and let me see if I can pull this up. This is the in memoriam section for, I'm not going to share the audio in this one, for 2026. Michael 5000 watts, all these people that are on here. Don't look at names, because I want you to see something. Look how long this list is. And these are all singers and bassists and people you've never, Yaw Sarpong, Rob Hurst, and people I haven't heard of. Okay, look how long the list is. Look at this. Look at the pagination. 40 pages of people that have died. 40 pages of people that have died in the music industry. It just keeps going and going and going and going. It's insane. So I see, why they kind of get into this mix where they got to focus on the names that most people are going to know. One of the things I was not happy about, as I said before, let me take this down for a second. They did a little piece from Bruce Springsteen on Brian Wilson, but it wasn't a big piece. It was like maybe 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds of Bruce talking about Brian Wilson. And then they did another one, John Mayer just doing this little 30-second little snippet or whatever for Bob Weir. And then Shaka Khan did one for Sly Stone. Again, really brief clips, 30 seconds. And I just feel like, and I think some cases it may not have been 30 seconds. I just feel like, not that I don't admire D'Angelo, because D'Angelo is amazing. He's freaking amazing. And he got a whole entire thing, which is great, phanomenal. There were other names that were also happening during the D'Angelo thing too.
Yeah,
so don't get me wrong. Yeah, right. They were showing other people that had passed away during the D'Angelo segment and during the Flag segment.
Yeah.
But Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, I feel like he deserves more than 20 seconds.
But
I
feel the same way about Sly.
Exactly. That's my point. Bob Weir deserves more than 20 seconds.
Sure.
Sly Stone, you're getting 20 seconds?
Yeah.
I just feel
one
like
of the most pivotal figures of any generation.
Right.
So influential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just kind of felt like, those three particular names that they did these little brief segments for were like,
yeah,
okay, I'm glad you did that, but That's it. That's because the Sly Stone one, when I heard Shaka Khan's voice and I turned and looked and I saw that they were starting Sly Stone, and then it was over before I was even
to come out with Sly. Yeah.
Yeah, I expected, and then it stopped and then went to commercial. I think after that, I was like,
yeah,
what?
Oh,
I don't understand. Yeah,
gotcha.
Definitely, Elena Sly deserves a full band too. Yeah, for sure. Anyways, so we'll put the visual. Put the visual back up. Reba is playing up on the stage with Brandy Clark and Lucas Nelson, and then some of the names that popped up on the screen, they were playing her song Trailblazer. It was actually a little variant of her song Trailblazer. They had kind of changed it a little bit, but some of the names that had popped up on the screen while she was playing were Jerry Butler from The Impressions, Todd Snyder, Connie Francis, Roy Ayers, Jimmy Cliff,
wow,
Steve Cropper, and Chuck Mangione.
Okay. Yeah.
So then after she was done playing, then the big graphic of Ozzy comes out. And you're like, okay, I see where we're going with here, because this is going to be a rock thing. And that was phenomenal. You had Duff McKagan, Slash on guitar, Andrew Watt, Chad Smith, Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums back there. And then Post Malone comes out on vocals, and they opened with War Pigs, I think it was. And just unbelievable. He has an incredible voice, he killed it. All of, I want to say that, was it? Yeah. The Osbournes were actually out in the audience, and, they were crying, and it was very, very overwhelming. It was a really good tribute to Ozzy for sure. But the whole time that the band is performing, some of the names that popped up while they were up there were Ace Frehley, of course, Mick Ralphs from Bad Company and Mott the Hoople, Rick Derringer, Chris Jasper, Brian James from The Damned.
Oh, wow.
Nathan Jackson, Michael 5000 Watts, the producer.
Yeah.
And of course, and as I said, the Osbournes were out there too, but also during this rock segment, Jelly Bean Johnson took up the whole screen.
Yeah.
And this is actually a picture that I took while I was laying in bed watching it. Okay. And it happened to just be a great shot of him with the stick in the air. But yeah, so Jelly Bean Johnson.
I got to imagine that Terry and Jimmy, because they're on the Grammy board, they probably made sure that Bean would not be forgotten.
Yeah, I mean, if you're some of these other artists, I feel like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Jelly Bean's got to be up here somewhere.
Terry and Jimmy probably, I would imagine that they ensured that would go down.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, it was just good to see because it was such it was a raucous, and it was a really raucous drum part too. So it was really good timing.
I like that. This is a different kind of format for the Grammys.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm noticing they have a thing. It's a different kind of momentum and how they're matching everything that's happening at the same time. It's becoming more of a multimedia thing than just somebody performing. Like you're seeing other people who have gone on while people are performing like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's good. And then of course, then they did the tribute to D'Angelo, and Lauryn Hill obviously was fronting that, and Leon Thomas came out, not Leon Bridges. Leon Thomas came out.
I don't know none of them. You're not a fan.
Lucky Day, Raphael Sadiq, Bilal, John Batiste.
Yep.
Played Brown Sugar and Devil's Pie. Untitled was, I think Bilal actually did. That's Untitled.
Right. He did.
Bilal is just amazing. I still remember the first time I saw him before. I don't even think he had a debut album yet, or he was just recording his debut album, but he came through Atlanta, and he didn't come through solo. He came through with, we had this guy named Jason Orr puts together this music conference called the Funk Jazz Cafe. and he would bring in artists, all kinds of funk, R&B, soul, all types of artists, and he would just bring them in, and he would charge tickets, and you wouldn't even know who was going to show up. You had no idea who was going to come, who was not going to come, or who some of these people are, and you would always be amazed. You knew that if you went to Funk Jazz Cafe, that whatever you saw was going to be good, no matter what. It didn't matter who it was. It was like, yeah, that was going to be good. So you just pay. But he brought out Bilal, and nobody knew who he was. And he came out and did all that crazy high falsetto things with the amazing runs. And everybody was like, I don't know who this dude is, but holy cow.
Yeah.
And then, I just followed him from that point on. And he's just been, I love that one of the things I like about Bilal, not to go down a rabbit hole, but one thing I love about Bilal is that how unabashedly independent of a musician that he is. He's just like, I'm not a Warner Brothers guy or this guy. It's just like, I'm just going to do my thing and release it and get traction on my own. And he's just been really, really smart about his career.
Okay. I'm hoping it's by choice, but I'll be honest with you. I think he's an incredible singer.
Oh,
but
sure.
He doesn't have the star gene to me. He's just not a star.
Well, I think he's in his own thing. It's his own thing. It's just, it's kind of like, like Van Hunt and people like that. It's like you're just doing your own thing.
Some people are not made for that whole other thing. Yeah.
You get it or you don't, and
That's
he's
right.
always been great. Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's not great. Sure.
No, of course. Yeah. And then, of course, they moved on from the D'Angelo part of it, and they did the for Roberta Flack, and they kind of went into that whole scenario.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Is it just me, or is Lauryn Hill's energy is so intense, and it kind of makes me anxious? I'm not sure what is going on within her. Maybe it's just me.
Well,
it's like her whole energy, like it moves in a certain kind of way, man. I'm just like, wow. I don't know if it's rage. I don't know if it's nervousness. It's.
Well, what's funny is that I feel the same way about Erykah Badu.
Uh-huh.
Erykah Badu, when you think about Baduism and Mama's Gun, something happened where she just got when I just got done seeing her in concert for the Mama's Gun tour just a few months ago. Her energy was like that. Her energy was it was just like F you, I'm here. Her energy was just very, I don't know how to describe it. It's a very, very different energy. It's a very different flow.
But do you agree even with me? Are you saying that
I have never really been a huge Lauryn Hill fan.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because she's never really given me enough material to how many albums does Lauryn Hill have? 2, 1? I don't Miseducation to Lauryn Hill, and then what? A live
MTV Unplugged, maybe.
Yeah, and then everything else is just spin-offs of really that. I just don't I get it. I think she's a good singer.
We tend to forget there was a whole thing around the Miseducation album of people not getting their proper credit and whatnot.
Oh yeah, sure.
It was a big deal. I mean, I guess it's like, listen, I think it was Sonny and Mike Scott. Like there was a point where Lauryn Hill was she was auditioning guitar players for a band she was putting together. And Sonny went, Mike Scott went. I said, Sonny, what was it like? And Sonny said, man, she is bad on guitar, man. He said, man, I had no idea Lauryn Hill could play guitar like that, man. He said, she sounds like Jeff Lee Johnson on guitar. I was like, for real? He's like, man, she's bad. He said, but he was like, he said, he intimated that it was she was difficult to read. It was hard to figure out where she was coming from.
Right. And I think that's kind of always been her thing. She's always kind of had this mystique, showing up super, super late to events or not showing up at all. Kind of having this little bit of this attitude of like, you're lucky I'm even standing here on this stage type of vibe.
Okay.
You know, that's what I've heard. And she's
Sure.
literally said something to that effect.
There's such a thing as righteous indignation, but I've heard her say some pretty incendiary things, or I've seen some things quoted.
I'm not trying to be disparaging.
Say it, but I know what you're saying.
This happened recently.
And okay.
This happened recently. I wasn't saying that to be disparaging towards her. This is something that she actually, that came out of her mouth, something to the effect like, you know, you should be happy that I'm, you know, I don't remember. I'm totally paraphrasing, but it was something like that. It was just like, yeah, that's different.
No, I'm sorry.
I get it.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, but somebody said something about, well, Doechii. I think Doechii's a plant.
Oh yeah. Well,
I think Doechii's that's not artistry. Doechii is a plant.
Yeah. Yeah. So
a friend of mine who's heavy into hip hop was like, "Hey, yo, I didn't see her come from nowhere. If she didn't come up, she's a plant."
Yeah.
Nobody can say where she came from, what she was doing. Like Kevin Hart, kind of. Like, where were you, man? All of a sudden, I see you everywhere. Who do you know? Who was you getting down with before I seen you?
Well, let's ask Cat Williams. I'm sure he can tell us.
Well, that is one of the only people I still want to meet in this world is Cat Williams.
He's yeah. So anyway, so she's up there. Lauren's doing her thing, and look, shout out to Lauryn Hill, shout out to Erykah Badu, shout out to Jill Scott, shout out to all those powerful women of music. Man, I got nothing but love for you.
We're just analyzing the situation.
She's definitely
we see, you know.
Yeah, she's definitely got a thing going on. But as she's up there, they start doing Roberta Flack songs. October London.
Great.
October London comes out.
Yeah.
October London comes out. Does Closer I Get. Lauren sang the first song, the first time ever I saw your face.
That's right.
That
she killed it. I saw
Layla Hathaway.
Yeah, she was great too.
Shaka Khan and John Legend came out and did "Where Is the Love."
Yeah,
and then of course the obvious closer was going to be "Killing Me Softly" as Wyclef Jean came out and they did the one time, my favorite. I think it does agitate me. I like the song, but for whatever reason, that little vocal tick, it's every time I hear it, I'm just like, click.
You know how you feel about that? You feel the way about
next
that.
Song.
You feel that way because the same way about when Diddy start talking on BIG records. It's like, why are you saying anything?
All right.
We don't need you to say nothing, man. You know?
One click.
One click.
But anyways, yeah. So it's like, I don't know how many people were on stage. I guess we can count. There's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're talking about almost 20 people on stage. I mean, it's pretty.
Sure. I saw Marcus Miller back there. There was like 2, 3 bass players.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
that's great. It's almost started to look like a Parliament Funkadelic show.
It sounded great.
Yeah. And of course, so great show. As far as like the in memoriam thing was pretty awesome. I mean, some things I was a little disappointed in. Billy Bass Nelson, obviously from Parliament Funkadelic, that just passed the night before the Grammys. So I guess it was just too late to put him in the mix. Matter of fact, let me see. Is this in alphabetical order? Let me double check and see if it's in alphabetical order. Let me see if they got him listed on here. I'm curious if he's even on the in memoriam page at all. He's not. So it's just it's a shame. And what's also a shame is that then today, was it today, or it was announced this morning? Chuck Negron from Three Dog Night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Died. He died too.
Man. Oh, Lord.
Joy to the World. Joy to and what was the other one? Just an old fashioned love song.
No, that wasn't him.
It was. That's Three Dog Night.
Paul Williams.
That's Three Dog Night.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe Paul Williams wrote it. All right.
Yeah, maybe. It's the Three Dog Night. But yeah, so there's that. So it's a kind of a shame when people die. I'm glad that I'm happy that D'Angelo got his props. I'm happy that Jelly Bean got his props. I was really happy to see Jelly Bean on there, and on such, and not just a little sidebar, because sometimes they have like there'll be like 2 people or 3 people on the thing. It's like, I'm glad he was full screen and that there were pyrotechnics going off at the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I mean, he's one of the original 7. Now there's only an original 6.
That's correct. That's right.
He can never be replaced.
Nope, you cannot. It can't be done. I'm actually surprised that Morris Day and the Time were actually still doing things. I mean, it was like not much of a hiccup. I'm surprised.
Well, no, because I'm imagining that. I mean, Morris lives in L.A. and he's a drummer himself, so it was no surprise to me that Kurt Biscaro just stepped in, and Kurt's great. Kurt played with Mick Jagger. Kurt played with a bunch of people.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things going on. Of course, we're talking about older white ladies. Cher came out.
Okay. I didn't know which way we were going.
There you go.
In this city, the older white ladies have been yelling at the top of their lungs.
Oh, yeah.
Shame to the ICE dudes. Shame. You should be ashamed of your man. They give them the business. Get the F out of our city. Old white women are running this city right now. Minneapolis, they are the loudest, man. And I just go ahead.
How y'all feel about it? How you feel about it?
Sadie Mae, go ahead and cuss that ICE agent out. Yeah, use that language, you know.
There you go. So now
degrading language. You should be shame.
So hey, every Karen has got her place. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right. It's their time.
That's right. It's their time.
They're not yelling at my people. They're yelling at them people. So go ahead, Karen.
It's okay when that vitriol is not.
Yeah, use it when you need it. That's right.
Yes,
we need them on the front line. Go ahead, Karen.
Oh, you're yelling at him. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, him? Yeah. No, keep going. I got your back. Go ahead, Karen.
So Cher came out. This was really strange. So Trevor Noah announced that Cher would be presenting for Record of the Year. So Cher walks out. Cher is 80 years old. So Cher walks out, and then really strangely, like Trevor forgot or somebody forgot, Trevor interrupts her and says, oh, by the way, since you're standing here, we're presenting you with this Lifetime Achievement Award. Like it was an afterthought. Oh, before you go on the Record of the Year, this is a Lifetime Achievement Award for you. It was like no pomp and circumstance, no pre-roll to talk about Cher's life. No, it was nothing. She was walking out to present the Record of the Year award, and then Trevor was like, "Oh, yeah, why are you here?" and then hands her this award. As awkward as this picture looks, that's exactly how awkward it was during the ceremony. It was like, whoops. Oh, that's right. She was supposed to get the lifetime. Oh, my bad.
That's so foul, man. She's an icon and a legend. She's been doing this since the 60s.
Absolutely.
She deserved more than that. She deserved better. She has had a lot of integrity as an artist.
Sure.
As an actress. She's a full-on triple threat who's been in the game for so long and looks great still. You know, that's wrong, man.
Yeah, it again, as awkward as this looks, that's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she kind of said a couple of words. He actually offered to hold it for her. So she went up to the mic to kind of talk a little bit about what you were saying. I've been doing this since I was a kid, since I was 19. You know, I had a television show in my early 20s. She talked a little bit about that, and she talked for about a minute, and then she goes, "Thank you." And then she turned around and she walked off, and then they had to stop her.
Oh, because she was supposed to
to bring her back out because she had forgotten that she was supposed to be out there presenting for Record of the Year.
Listen, I want to say something before you continue.
No,
I don't want to keep cutting into. I didn't keep.
No, sure. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Also living in an age where there's a lot of there's young talent in the entertainment industry.
Sure.
And they're learning the ropes, and a lot of people are falling off. And I think some of this might be a matter of coordination. Like,
sure,
if the production coordinator is not on their job, things happen. And I don't I don't want to indict a whole generation of people, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I absolutely know what you're saying. And let me just say, like you've mentioned before, I DJ. And when I DJ a wedding, it literally is. It's kind of a little terrifying, especially when you're providing the music for when they're coming down the aisle. And is there any music that's happening during the ceremony? And what's the processional song? And what's the recessional song? And is the and what kind of a music when people are coming in? And there's a first dance song and all this other stuff. That's just a wedding. When you have a spectacle that is the Grammys, and there are, no joke, 20 things going on at least at one time, that is just so many moving parts. It's actually surprising there aren't more moments like this, to be totally honest.
That's fair. But coming from where I come from and the generation we are from,
sure,
either you're going to do a job, do it like your life depends on it, or stay out of it, And I don't think that same credo, that spirit is felt amongst the young working class. I think they're experiencing a different America than us. They don't know what hard work will get them because America is a wasteland now. So they don't necessarily apply themselves all the way, or they don't make their life about what it is they do because there's no guarantee that there's a career in it for you at all.
Right.
So I understand their apathy, but I just
it's a lot. But again, there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of different things that are going on.
I could be completely
no, it's not. Sure. You're not. It's true. It's actually a pretty big piece of the puzzle. That
different work ethic. Thank you, Lisa. Just said it. It's a different thing, man.
And according to Elon, it's just going to get worse, because he says with AI taking more and more root in society, he said there's going to be more and more people that are going to be able to do less.
That's not a good thing.
And it's just going to be worse. It just makes it worse.
It just makes it worse. Yeah. Well, hey.
But anyways, so she presented the award, and the record of the year was Kendrick Lamar. And there's, of course, their Cher standing back there. But
who is he again?
Right. Kendrick Lamar and SZA won for the song Luther. Yeah. That was the record of the year. Mm-hmm. And Kendrick said that they were pleased as punch to get approval from Luther Vandross's estate for the song. They actually used the song "If This World Were Mine," which was Luther Vandross and Cheryl. Which actually the original song was Marvin Gaye, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye and
Tammy Terrell.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luther and Cheryl Lynn did it. But anyway, but the clip that they used were from Luther's version of it. And when they got clearance from the estate said, yeah, you can do it, but you cannot have any profanity on the song.
Good.
So there you go. So they were actually able to use that clip, and then again, no profanity. So congratulations there. Mm-hmm. And then Pharrell came out and he performed with clips. That photo is actually Pusha T and Malice playing with Pharrell, but they were doing the song called "So Far Ahead." And then for the
where was Chad Hugo? Was he in the green room?
I have no idea.
Was Chad eating the green M&Ms?
And then, of course, the final award of the night was presented by Harry Styles. He's got his own great solo career. Yeah.
I'm a reluctant fan. He was my favorite of the One Directions, but I didn't like them at all.
Sure.
I said, if anybody's got a shot, it's that one dude with like soupy sails, Harry Styles over there.
Yeah, Harry Styles. He's great. Mm-hmm. He's great. He's got that look and vibe. He's almost got like Somber is almost kind of like him. He's got that same type of vibe, but Somber's more wiry, and he's like this tall, thin dude. Right. But certain people got that certain look and vibe and presence when they walk into a room, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, I see.
No, he's got it. He knows he's got it.
And then, of course, so it was for Album of the Year, and the nominees were Doechii, Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, Leon Thomas, and Tyler, the Creator, and Bad Bunny won. And when Bad Bunny's name was announced, he did sit at his table and cried for about 30 seconds, man. He was there for a bit. Everybody was kind of giving a standing ovation and crying. You could see Lady Gaga behind him actually crying. I don't know if she's crying because she's happy for him
or she's
because
crying 'cause she didn't
he's
win.
lost.
Here's the thing. I saw him sitting there. I'm like, what's he sitting there for? And then they pan down, or he got up. I'm like, why is the fit on that jacket so messed up? Like, that jacket ain't fitting right. And then my wife says, be happy he's got a suit on. He usually wears a dress.
So he would.
I don't
Well,
wear the dress, man. I don't give a.
but I gotta say, I don't really. His music's good. I hear it all the time. I love that.
I don't ever hear him, and it's going to be a surprise to me. I don't know what he's.
Well, yeah, I hear him on the radio quite a bit. A lot of his stuff is on. But he is he's doing so much for Puerto Rico, not just their tourism, but he has contributed like $450 million into Puerto Rico's economy. He does he did like a wave of concerts down there and made it like really super cheap tickets so that, everybody could go. And then he like gave a majority of it back into the Puerto Rican economy. And it's just, he's a good dude. I'm glad he won. It was
Right
good.
on, yeah.
So
yeah, you got that kind of money, man. Why is your suit fitting like that? Is all I'm asking.
It reminds me of that Best Buy commercial where he goes, "That suit doesn't even fit you," and the guy goes, "It fits my vibe."
Well, all right. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that Best Buy. I don't know if it's.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that suit doesn't even fit you. It fits my vibe.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so the as far as the awards are concerned, this was basically the full list. You can obviously go to Grammy.com and see the full list, but the record of the year had Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Chapel Roan. She won some stuff too as well. So you can go to Grammy.com and you can see the full list of everybody that was nominated and for everything, not just the televised stuff, but also the untelevised stuff. Like you got producer of the year, non-classical, and songwriter of the year. Songwriter of the year was Amy Allen, who is Lola Young's Messy won best pop solo performance. Defying Gravity was the best pop duo. It's kind of cool to kind of go through here and see some of these.
Sure.
Some of these people in here. It's like, I don't even know some of this stuff. But Kate, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Kate Renata was was nominated. That's pretty cool to see. And Tame Impala's on there too, and Skrillex.
That's bad, man. Okay.
Yeah, Anderson .Paak and Disclosure. I love Disclosures. That song that Disclosure does with Sam Smith was that.
No, it's hot. Yep.
Yeah, that's a hot track. Yes.
Yeah. It's got that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tate McRae's on here. The Selena Gomez is still on here. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see. It would have been nice to see that Skrillex had been nominated for something. And Kate Renata showed up here multiple times.
Sure. I'm saying they don't really know what it means. It's great to celebrate, the big ones, but those of us who are into this for real, it's like this is important stuff.
It's important to see. Look, Dream Theater is yes. Say best metal performance. Great. Mm-hmm. There it is right there. Dream Theater is actually in the mix. And so it's good to see Trent Reznor's in that mix too. A lot of great stuff. You go to Grammy.com, check it out. You can see the full list of everybody for every single category that won. But we talked about most of that stuff. But man, it was cool. I actually enjoyed. I didn't hate it. I thought for sure I would hate it. I think it was last year or the year before. It was just unwatchable to me. I was just like every artist that was performing I felt like was garbage. It was good to see so many full live bands. Mm-hmm. I really appreciated that.
I think the resistance is mounting for AI. I think what we're about to see is a whole wave of very real, imperfect music coming out to compete with all this perfection.
Yeah, you've got to, and it's kind of hard to even know the difference anymore with the way that just like you're saying with AI and music. I mean, wasn't there like a song that was doing really, really well and people just found out that it was AI the whole time? I know it's hitting the model industry horrendously. There are many hundreds, if not thousands, of Instagram models that are not even real people. They're AI. It's just ridiculous, man. It's like, come on. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our little bit of a coverage of the Grammys. I know we had a lot of, it's a lot to talk about in that mix for sure.
We weren't exactly Joan and Melissa, but we did all right.
Yeah, we did all right. Yes, and congratulations to all the people that won. And if you missed any part of the show, we didn't run any scrolls tonight at all.
Well, we didn't really. Wait, that's not the one I was trying to. This AI should be banned completely, 100%, bruh, without question. To me, I don't know how you feel about it, but
yeah, I do. I feel the same way. I don't think AI should be banned completely. I'm talking about for the artistry part of it. I think it's. I can see that because I don't like the fact that it actually takes music from other people and pieces it together. It's like, okay, well, then if that's the case, then you have to try to figure out, just like you did with rap music, you have to get credit to be able to use certain things. And I don't know.
Can we just go a few more minutes?
Yeah. Sure.
You know who Ryan Tedder is? He has a band called One Republic.
Yes.
And he writes a lot of hits. He does a lot of co-writes and collabs and whatnot. I saw an interview with him recently just about the state of the music business and about the apparent threat that AI seems to, pose, to people in this business. And I found it very insightful. He's because I really think some people make music just for the spirit. And I think there's other people who work it like a real job, like they're a day trader or something. I think Ryan Tedder is somewhere in between. Like he's very, he's always writing music. He's always collabing, and he's always got hits on the chart, But when I hear him talk, he talks like a business person. He's not. It's the artistic side of him is very specific, but there's a lot of business at work. Like he's open to a lot of things that most musicians are not, because we have this sort of, our identity is completely wrapped in the process. So we get fastidious about how we want to engage. This guy is having meetings with people who are already advancing the AI program in music. Like he's going to record labels talking about it and saying, well, if you want to do business with me, I got to have some control over how this is going to affect things, Like he's been sort of trying to not make AI better, but figure out a way where it's a tangible tool for songwriters to use and not just this sort of gimmick that is, you know what I mean? Like I feel, but the thing that I feel overwhelmingly, and even from this conversation, is that it's going to encourage the human spirit is, it's incalculable what the human spirit can cause,
Sure.
And I think that's really what I'm starting to see is that the more perfect everything gets, the more messed up we're going to have to make it just to feel like ourselves.
Yeah. And I think, one of the challenges you're going to have is like, even if you have to, if you make it so that AI has to indicate every source, where they get their source material from.
Yes.
It opens up a whole nother, but it's got to take it and it's got to alter it in a way so that it's undistinguishable, because if it's never going to be, I don't know. It's never going to be one of those scenarios where AI is going to have that kind of oversight. It's just not, I feel like, I feel like artistry wise or artist wise, like visual art is a little bit easier to identify, but with music, what makes it crappy is that somebody can take a bass kick from you and alter it. AI can take it and alter it in a way where it's not distinguishable that it was yours in the first place. That's what
makes the hip hop movement and hip hop music and rap and the sampling aspect, at least the people who created the art are still benefiting from it.
Yeah, but I think the other part of it is if they ever have to admit what the source material is, then it opens up a whole. It creates a big problem for that industry, because then you're dealing with licensing and copywriting and trademarking and all that other stuff.
So so we don't really know where we're headed, because the eventuality is it's prevalent. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this business is ready for. I don't know what the next step is going to be after that, because you can't just. I mean, that was one of the things Prince talked about often. He said the same thing. There is protection for visual art. You can protect your painting. You can protect your literary, assets. But music is this sort of playground where everybody feels like they should get a piece.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's
and it's happening quicker than we can really digest it.
It's going to there's going to be a case. Something will happen where there will be a case where AI is going to create something that is way too close to something else that's going to cause a problem, and that case is going to set the precedent for whatever it's to happen. It's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. I guess they're able to mask whatever they're doing. The question that Maisha asked, as far as the Grammys were concerned, is what we talked about at the beginning of the show. Maisha says, why isn't there a C-SPAN like channel where you can watch the rest of the awards, like all of the awards, like for metal, etc.? That's what we were saying, is that this will be I said that at the beginning, was just, it would be great to be able to have that, kind of like they do with the NFL draft. It's like it's many hours over 2 days. And if it's going to have a home on something like Disney Plus, make it so it's an all-day thing, and we can see a scroll and we can see the awards that are coming up. So I know that, what time that they're going to do this award, or if I want to, but it's something that's running the whole time, like you're saying, like a C-SPAN or an NFL draft thing, where it's you see the whole friggin' thing. I mean, those artists that are there, you only see them for that 3.5 hour window, but they're there for like all friggin' day.
Yeah.
Some of them show up at 6 or whatever before it starts. But there's people that get there early in the morning because their awards are being handed out at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know.
Well, this person, Christina, says they do it. It was on YouTube, I guess.
I haven't seen it. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. I only know of the actual broadcast. I don't necessarily follow on the YouTube. So that may be a thing. It'd be cool, but that would be great if they did it on Disney Plus or something like that, where you could actually fast forward. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the night. As if you missed it at the beginning, next week, we had a free for all tonight just because we wanted to talk about the Grammys and whatnot. But next week, please tune in, because we are welcoming the one and only Cassandra O'Neill. You may remember her from, some of you remember her from Prince and New Power Generation for probably about 5 or 6 years that she played keyboards with them, but also that she's Macy Gray's musical director, and she's played with Sheila E. and Pink and 98 Degrees and all that stuff. So it's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun with Cassandra, and she's going to be here. So I hope you guys will tune in next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, you got to, for sure. Man, you got any closing words? Anything we got to cover?
No, keep fighting, Minnesota. That's all I got to say right now.
Yeah, I would think it's a good thing to think about. I'm hoping that they pull out of your town soon, or it's just getting crazy, man. That's just
getting crazy, and it's like we were talking about a couple weeks ago. It's not this is not even a political issue at this point. It's existential. It's about whether you care about your neighbors or not. Really, it's this in Minnesota. I hate to think that we're an anomaly, in all this. I think that the other people certainly have to have the same sense of community, in other places in the country. It's just, this is an occupation. It's not about immigration. This is retribution from Trump for not being able to get it on up this way. He lost Minnesota 3 times in a row. He thinks Tim Walz is a beta, and what he is a decent man. who's probably fixing his neighbor's snowblower right now. You know, it's a lot, man. But it's like it's there's no borders near Minnesota. It's not about immigration, man. That's all I'd like to say. I don't know how you feel about it, and my words are my own, people. And
and that's the reality of it too. Is that, and I think that's the other part of this is just like, oh, okay, well, gee, everybody keeps talking about it at the Grammys. What are we going to do? Oh, I know. We'll release 3 million pages of the Epstein files. I was like, look over here, look at this shiny thing.
Yeah.
It's
No, but I'm proud of my city, man. I'm more proud of Minnesota right now than I've ever been in my life, man, because they need to just leave us alone. If you don't like the way we live, that just stay out. You know, we take care of each other in this city. The whole world now knows what Minneapolis is really about, you know?
Yep.
So,
and I'm looking forward to coming up there, by the way. I'm going to be able to come up there in April. I'll be up there in April. That's
hopefully around the 20th when we have our show.
That's right.
The Revelation at the Dakota, located
That's correct.
in luxurious downtown Minneapolis.
I did not have the flyer ready. For those that don't know, April 20th. April 20th. You want to tell them about April 20th?
Yeah, we're honoring and commemorating. We're commemorating the 10th anniversary of Prince's passing with a show at the Dakota downtown. There's 2 shows. I believe it's either 6:30 and 8:30 or 7 and 9, something along those lines.
7 and 9.
Okay, thanks. And it's Liv Warfield is our special guest. It's me and Barbarella. Who else? So Bobby G is on. Odell from Mint Condition. It's like 9 of us. You know, it's playing all sorts of Minnesota music, Minneapolis music. We're doing everything. We're doing Prince, the Time, Jesse, Alexander O'Neill. We're Janet. You come down and party with us and celebrate Prince's passing. Prince always said he thought that his passing, like his transition, was more important than his birthday, you know?
Right. Correct.
So, and
that's what he asked. That's why he asked us to celebrate. He said, I don't do birthdays. Right.
I'm trying to do right by Prince. I don't want to besmirch his memory or offend him in the spiritual world.
And I will be in the house. I will be in the building. I may be doing something a little bit extra, but I will be in the building. Just know that I will be there. So I'll be hanging out with Michael and at 12:01 a.m. Minneapolis time, I'm leaving from that show and we'll be going down to Riley Creek, down to the Graffiti Bridge, the Riley Creek Tunnel there. Mm-hmm. And we will be doing a candlelight ceremony at 12:01 a.m. on April 21st, which will actually be the 10-year anniversary. Right. So I know it's a late night and I know it's a Monday going into Tuesday, I think. So I get it. I understand, but we want to do it. I will try to make sure that I have, we'll do a live from there. I'll do a live. I'll probably have somebody, man the cameras. And so we'll do the candlelight ceremony as a live. And then I will be in town for the 21st to kind of just take advantage of all the other things that are going to be going on. We had to be really, really strategic about what we were doing because we didn't want to do anything that was going to conflict with whatever the estate may or may not be planning. But we just didn't want to step on anybody's toes. Sure. So,
but you should be here, man. Yes.
I will be. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun.
You're one of us now. I mean, I want you to introduce us when we play the show. At least that.
Oh yeah.
And then make a nice announcement about Lake Riley also. Yep.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah, we'll definitely stream it.
Great.
Anyways, hope you guys will have a. That's a good point. Yeah, it would be great. Stacy said, I wish we could celebrate 10 years of his last show in Atlanta on 4/14. Well, then you probably should make sure that you're a member of Patreon, because patreon.com/Funkatopia, if you're going to support us here, because the radio station will be playing that show. Both shows, by the way.
Great.
4/14. So
fantastic.
Just sit and just going to enjoy. It's going to be phenomenal. The ASCAP licensed and global music rights licensed Funked Up app. Download that. And again,
yes, sir.
Next week, that's much sooner. Cassandra O'Neill is going to be joining us. So please make sure that you come and enjoy. Hey, we ran a little bit late tonight. That's okay. That's what we do. We'll see you guys soon. This is Funkatopia Live. I'm Mr. Christopher. That is Mr. Michael Bland. And we'll see you guys next week with Cassandra O'Neill. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. See y'all. Adios.
Adios.
Adios.